Hello. um, sorry. Did not like that intro. Also, don't mind the makeup. I don't know what's going on with that. But I don't know if in my last video I had that, but I did a double eyebrow piercing, so I added one more, and then I also just did some snake bites. Like I did the eyebrow like yesterday, and then I did these today. So yeah. And honestly, I don't even know why. Well, I wanted the double eyebrow piercing, obviously, but I don't know why I did snake bites because I've never really wanted to do anything with my lips. 'Cause I felt like my lips were like the only thing that I didn't have pierced, and I kind of like that. I kind of fucked with it, but I just wanted to try it out. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see if I end up keeping them. And I also did some fun henna. It's kind of looks like ass because I'm not really good at drawing, but anyway, today I don't know, I kind of wanted to rant about like friendships because it kind of doesn't really make a lot of sense to me sometimes, like why some friendships don't like work as well as others, specifically with me, because for some reason I have like a lot of like I don't know, I'm mostly just kind of like a floater friend. Like I don't really have a lot of like friends, you know? It's usually just like I exist when you're bored kind of thing. If that. I barely exist at all, but I digress. Also, it might shake a lot, I'm sorry. But when does it not? Anyways, but because what I've come to realize with the friend that I have made recently is that sometimes this bitch is gonna fucking talk to me, I swear. Oh, sorry. I get pissed. Because he always wants to fucking bother me when I'm trying to fucking rant. Okay, but sorry, what I've come to realize is that there's gonna be certain people that you click with easier because you guys just kind of like your brains work in a much more similar way. Does that make sense? Because I feel like with all my other friends, there's just parts of us that don't match, and that in turn causes us to not be able to really create a deeper connection because we don't feel that deeper connection because of those things not matching. You know what I mean? So, and like my with another friend that I had, like we were really good friends. Like we were like best friends. But I think the main problem was that our views were so different, you know? He hates piercings, tattoos, all that shit. And I mean, look at me. Look at me. Come on. So, do I even have to say why that didn't work? But because of those different views, it ultimately ended in just, you know what, maybe we're just not really cut out for being like best friends. I mean, we're constantly clashing. And I'm all for one for like opposites attract and stuff, but sometimes that doesn't even work. So, but there's also like a lot, you know, more things than just not having like, you know, the same views when it comes to like the way you want to dress or like present yourself. Like, I feel like with a lot of my friends, it's just again going back to what I said in um the beginning, like just the way our brains work because we can get along great and not have any trouble. A lot of my like well all of my friends except for that one really you know don't mind my piercings and don't mind the way that I dress. because like I don't know how most people are. I don't know. But even with that, there's just things that, you know, don't go together. And I don't even know how to explain that, you know? Like, it's just, you guys are two different people, and sometimes they aren't on the same wavelength as you, you know? So when you present yourself and well, not present, when you express yourself and you're actually being yourself, and I'm fucking weird. Like, like, I don't fit in. I'm a weirdo. I think he's going to bed. Yes. But like genuinely though, like I'm I feel like when I get comfortable with people, I'm like kind of crazy. Like I get more comfortable, so I act more insane, like fucking insane. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me. Um, but when I do that around like a lot of other friends, like most of my friends that I've hung out with, they're kind of like, what the fuck, you know? And sometimes I just feel it without even needing to go through that step of like actually being myself. Like, you just get this vibe, you know? Like, if you express yourself, if you be yourself, they're gonna be a little deterred. They're gonna be like, what the hell is wrong with this bitch? They're gonna get annoyed and shit, you know? So, I just struggle to actually like be myself fully around most people, even like people that I hang out with. Like when I had a sleepover once, I was just like shy, you know? And like I was so afraid of like being weird and, because I was so scared of like being judged and feeling judged because I don't know. I really don't. But with my new friend, we've been talking a lot and we've been able to agree on like everything. I think I mentioned this in my last video. But because of that and just because of like their vibe they give off, they're like totally matching my energy. You know? Like, and because of that, I feel like we're on the same wavelength and like I've been a lot more comfortable with being weird and, saying weird things and shit, And it's been like super freeing because I feel like I can finally, be myself, be weird and act a little fucking insane sometimes and psychotic. So I think that's really refreshing, and I feel like for any of you out there, if you are feeling like you have to, hold yourself back from being weird and being yourself, that friendship probably won't last, or honestly, if it it's probably just gonna make you feel kind of shitty because you're closing yourself off, you know? And I mean, it sucks. So, don't do that. it's, it just, it's better for your mental health. I don't know. Do you guys agree with that? Like, I don't know, but like, I finally feel like, hey, you know what? With this new experience, maybe there is other people who actually are gonna match my fucking wavelength, you know? They're actually gonna be able to not judge me when I wanna be fucking crazy, you know? And sadly, like basically everyone that I know just doesn't. And that's why I'm like such a floater friend, because me and that person just aren't, you know, clicking, you know? So I think that's why. And it's I mean it sucks because I mean now I'm lonely as hell, but one thing that I'm grateful for when it comes to the internet is being able to meet new people. And although that's very dangerous, you should be very, very careful when meeting people on the internet. Okay? Disclaimer. Be fucking careful. But I feel like I'm able to trust them a lot more because, I mean, they have tons of videos of themselves. They have tons of fucking photos, you know? Everything's obviously the same fucking. It's like obviously a person and not just some dude behind the screen type shit, you know? And they've sent me like personal videos, like showing off their room, all that. Like there's, I think their sister was in the video, but you know what I mean? It's like obviously a person. So, just putting that out there. But I mean, I think it's a great thing that you're able to meet these new people, like people that you weren't able to meet before, because it'll be a lot easier to find people who actually click with you and match your fucking wavelength. Excuse me, I burped. But you know what I mean? Does that make sense? I burped again, I'm sorry. I don't know if it does. I'm hoping it does. I'm kind of just confusing myself. But I guess that's kind of my 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 understanding of, friendship is if you can't match each other's wavelength and click and actually be able to fully be yourself around them, if you can't do that, it's probably not a good friendship. I mean, it could be a good friendship, but it's probably not one that you want to like prioritize to like a really big extent. You know what I mean? You want to find people that you can fully be yourself around and not have to fear judgment or anything. So, I don't know. I just kind of wanted to get it off my head. So, um, anyway, again, don't mind the makeup. I know it looks a little goofy, but I'm having fun, so. Anyway, and if these suddenly go missing one day, just know I just didn't feel the vibe of them, so good. All right. This was a really quick one, but I love you guys. Bye.